Good morning, YouTube. I am going to attempt to create a week of vlogging, so come with me for the week. I'm going to raw dog this, so no fancy camera, no microphone. I'm just going to use my iPhone and I'm just going to document this week. So come along with me, let me know what you think. Let me know if you want me to do more of this. Now, starting off strong, it's Monday morning. I always have some crumpets and a black coffee. I've already had water before I train, and then I drive to the gym. I do about 10 to 15 minutes walk on the treadmill, and then I'll get straight into my first lower body session of the week. So I'll film that and then I'll check back in with you. Morning, I finished my lower body session and I just grabbed a coffee. This is my standard weekday routine. So early morning training session, coffee on the way home, and then I have a proper breakfast. With today's training session, it was the first session of a new program which I wrote for myself and included extra mobility stuff. I didn't film it all, but essentially my lower back has been really sore for the last 2 or 3 months, and this is an ongoing thing because I have scoliosis and it hasn't really been a problem since I've strength trained, but more recently I've just had this disc issue confirmed by an osteo, so I'm just trying to work through that. I don't think it's going to completely go away, but I think I could definitely do more mobility wise to improve it. So that's what I'm focusing on this block. So I'm going to follow the same program for 12 weeks, 4 sessions per week and 1 cardio day, and then just a bigger emphasis on mobility, warming up, cooling down, and all of that good stuff. So I'll also film my upper body session tomorrow and then everything else that I do today. What else was I going to say? Oh, just a bit of a tidbit / thought process. I think one of the barriers to me creating more YouTube videos is the fact that I think that everything has to be really perfect and polished, even though I know better. But I think that it's a barrier to actually creating content because my camera, I was, getting my tripod fixed, and then I was just like, it was this, and this, all of these things that was stopping me from making content because it wasn't exactly how I wanted it to be. But then I just thought, fuck it. I have a brand new iPhone, which I recently got. It has this feature where I can film vertically but horizontally, which I think is really cool. I'm probably way closer to the screen than what I would be if I had a camera, but we can move past that. But if anyone is relating to this, maybe you're a fitness girly or a coach who follows me who wants to create more content, don't let the barrier be that you need to have all of the tech. It's better to create imperfect content consistently that's going to connect with your community and get you better at the skill than not to create it at all because it's not perfect. So that's my pep talk for today. This morning's breakfast is 3 eggs on toast with avocado and what else have I got? This stuff called ajwa. I don't know if I'm butchering the pronunciation of that, but it's from the Middle Eastern section in Coles, and it's eggplant, capsicum, a bunch of other good stuff. It's really good on top of eggs, so I have this all the time. This as soon as I get home from the gym before I start work, and then it keeps me full for 2 or 3 hours before I have a snack, so highly recommend. So I've had breakfast and I'm gonna go sit down and start some work. I've got programming and things to do, but before I do that, I always like to get ready a little bit more because it just makes me feel really good for the day. So even if it's just as simple as putting a bit of makeup on my face, I'm gonna put some sunscreen on and then just rebrushing my hair again, putting some perfume on, all of those basic things. I think when you work from home and you're kind of able to do anything in terms of your structure, how you want to look, all of that stuff, I feel like I just looked back on the last video and realized that my alarm went off, so it cut off what I was saying, but I was going on a little bit of a tangent, so I'll finish it now. Just essentially saying that I think it's really important when you work for yourself or work from home to just have a really good routine and structure and to get up, get ready, and make yourself feel good every day. It makes a really big difference to me, and I know that it probably will to you. So that was what I was going on about. Now I'm sitting in my home office. I've just been working for the last few hours. I did some program updates, I did some planning for 2026, and then I just did some client support. So when my clients message me over the weekend, I always respond first thing on Monday morning. So that's what I've been doing. Then I went down to the house to fill up my drink bottle and then also to get a little snack. super basic. I have just had a craving for this lately, which is just medjool dates with almond butter. So I'm just gonna have these, and then I'll probably have lunch in like an hour or so. So that's pretty much it. In terms of this home office, if you followed me on social media, you know how excited I am for this space. So for all of 2025, I worked from our dining room / anywhere I wanted to around the house, which was fine. But I did find that there was a bit of a blurred line between when I was working and when I wasn't working, because it was just so easy to work because I was working from anywhere, if that makes sense. So I felt like I was just working, you know, rogue times, late at night and on the weekends more, because I kind of blurred that boundary. So this is a detached part of our house, so it's separate from the house, and I really like that. So it's kind of like clocking in when I come and work in here, and then when I have a break, I have a break outside when it's sunny, or just separating that. And then when I'm finished for the day, my goal is to try to switch off, minimal phone time if possible, and then kind of allowing myself to really look after that creativity and downtime. So then when I'm on, I'm able to give myself, have more creativity and really give it my all. It's lunchtime. I had to slick my hair back before making lunch because it was annoying me, but I always just try to time my hair wash times around after when I know I'm going to be sweaty. And on Wednesday, when I do the Stairmaster, and it's also really, really hot on Wednesday, I know that I'm going to be gross, so I'm going to try to hold out until then and just rock a slick back in the interim. Now, I have been loving these really big salads at the moment because it's like 30 degrees in Melbourne, it's 30 degrees all week. I just really feel like a big salad and like crunchiness and all of that good stuff. It's hot, and if I can influence you guys into one thing, it would be a salad chopper. One of those guillotine type choppers where you can put a bunch of ingredients and then chop them up really quickly. I've been using that non-stop since I bought it about 2 weeks ago, and I just like it because it means I'm eating more veggies, it's quick, and just the novelty of it actually makes it enjoyable and makes me want to make stuff. So today I've just got this big salad bowl. I've got green olives, cucumber, onion, lettuce, and tuna. What else have I got in here? Dijon mustard and a seasoning and salt and pepper. So I will be finishing off my Monday night with a bowl for dinner. So this is why I love the air fryer, and if you guys are going to invest in things for the kitchen, I definitely think an air fryer is worthwhile, and I use it like multiple times a week. So I just basically finished work and then chucked this in. It is a tofu. You could obviously use whatever protein you like, but this is a chili pineapple tofu from where is it from? Coles. And I just chucked it in there for 20 minutes. I have a rice cup, avocado, sauce, and sauerkraut. So a bit of a random bowl, but I know that it's going to taste really good. And then I'm going to sign off for the night. So I'll see you guys tomorrow for upper body. Good morning. It is Tuesday and I'm about to do upper body. I had a little bit of a false start to the morning, and I need to know if this has happened to anybody else. But since I got my new iPhone, I've really keep having troubles with the alarm. So I'll set the alarm, like for example, I set 5:15 and 5:30 a.m. this morning, and it will silently go off. And like I've gone into the settings, I've made sure the ring's on, I've turned, like I haven't done anything different to what I would have had with my phone before that, and I never had this issue. And I've tried to problem solve it, but it still keeps happening. So this morning it was just silently going off, and then now unfortunately I'm like 45 to 60 minutes later than what I wanted to be. It's not the end of the world, but it's just annoying because it's like the morning starts a little bit more chaotic. If anyone else has had that issue and you've figured out how to fix it without just having my sound on all night, please let me know. Anyways, I'm going to do upper body, new program. I've got chin-ups in this program from memory, shoulder press, and a bunch of other things. Because I'm coming to the gym a little bit later, it's going to be a little bit busier, so I'm going to try to record what I can, but if it's not viable because of how busy the gym is, then I'll just give you guys a recap after. I did not get to film my workout because I left my tripod at home amongst the rushing to the gym this morning, which was so annoying, but that's fine. I'll do another upper body session on Friday, so I'll make sure I film that. Today's session had, what did I have in there that I really like? I really like using the machine row. I also really like doing lateral raises and triceps at the moment, so I did that. I'm trying to build up my bodyweight chin-ups again, so I did them banded today, and to be honest, they felt pretty weak, but I know that it's just a matter of consistency and I'll build back up after that. So I'm going to do chin-ups, 2 different variations twice a week at the moment in this block, so I can really just focus on getting back up to body weight, then multiple body weight, and then I'd love to do them weighted, so I'll let you know how that goes. Got same brekkie as yesterday, and if you guys haven't met Willow, she is a mini bull terrier, and Willow and Finn are our 2 dogs, and they are the best. One of my favorite things about working from home is getting to hang out with them all day, so that really makes me happy. Look at her. Hello, baby girl. Hello. It's 2 p.m. I've just come off the back of a bunch of Zoom check-in calls, so I'm gonna have a lunch break now, and then I will come back in here and do the afternoon block. So I typically block out my calendar for lunch so I can have a break and then come back and do them back to back in the afternoon. So that is the plan for today. I'll try to document some of me working this afternoon, and then I'll check back with you again for dinner. I'm so happy that earlier on at lunchtime when I was eating my salad, I decided to cook a batch of pasta, because then when I finished work, I just threw that cold pasta together with pesto, and I've just thrown in a bunch of other stuff to make a pasta salad. And it's just so good because I didn't have to think too much about what to have for dinner. So one of my tips would definitely be with nutrition is just like try to keep things super simple, even if that just looks like prepping a component. So it could just be like prepping a portion of veggies or prepping a portion of rice to last a few days, or in this case pasta, or even if it's just making a larger batch of a meal so you can have leftovers the day after if you're happy to do that. I just think that when it comes to nutrition, you don't need to make super complicated recipes every day or even prep every single meal, you know, that should take ages. Just think of ways to make things super simple to stay on track. Good morning. It is 7 a.m. I am about to do some cardio, so I'm just going to do a walk for about 20 minutes on the treadmill, and then I'm going to do the Stairmaster for about 15 minutes. This has been my weekday cardio that I do on a Wednesday for like the last maybe 3 to 4 months. It's a good way to break up my training and also just make sure I'm also doing some sort of cardio fitness in my program. I actually have already done 2 Zoom calls today. I did one at 6 a.m. and 6:30. I don't do this all the time. I just do this every few weeks to accommodate client time zones. I have one client in Amsterdam and one client in Ireland. So got up early, did that, gonna do some cardio. Then I have 2 more and then I'll get stuck into some work. So I'll check in with you after I've done my Stairmaster. After the Stairmaster, I did core. It took about 5 to 10 minutes, and I always rotate between the same 3 core exercises. So if you want me to film them in the future, let me know. After I went home, I did a little bit more work, and then now I've just parked at the beach and I'm gonna go to the beach for a couple hours with Kate, which I'm really looking forward to. I really don't do this enough, but I feel like Melbourne summer was a bit of a false start. So all of December was rainy and miserable. So now that it's a good day and I want to make the effort to do this more. So I'll take you along with me. Just finished at the beach. I have an iced coffee. I wish I had some sort of aesthetic content to show you, but to be honest, it was really windy. Our umbrella flew away and we got sand everywhere. So it was a bit chaotic there for a second, but I bought picnic stuff and we just kind of made a little platter, and that was really nice. And then we just hung out in the water and then yapped for an hour. So I'm gonna drive home, have a shower, and then work for the rest of the afternoon. Pretty. Thank you so much. Benj made a stir fry for dinner. I actually don't have much appetite, I think, because it's so hot, and I also just feel really tired from the beach. So I think I'm just gonna have this and then have an early night, and then tomorrow I'm going to train my second lower body session. So looking forward to that one. Probably will take around 45 minutes. Good morning, it's Thursday. I've just finished off my lower body session and I have my morning coffee. Always get a double espresso, by the way. Today's session started off with a walk. I then did some mobility, and then I got into back extensions. Back extension at my gym is a machine back extension, which I really like because you don't have to hold an awkward dumbbell as you get stronger and stronger. Then I did some leg press, leg extensions, glute med kickbacks, and I feel like I'm missing something. I'll put it up on the screen what I actually ended up doing. Then now I'm going to just do an admin block. So because I do those check-ins Tuesday and Wednesday, I usually have quite a few things that have added up on my to-do list by Thursday, and I put them all in my calendar, in my Apple calendar, as like a tickable reminders because I just like doing that. So I'm just going to go through and tick everything off my list today, and then I'm waiting for a couple deliveries today, so I'm not sure if you guys like unboxings, but if you do, please let me know in future and I can do more of that. But I'll show you guys what I've got. And then lastly, I am launching a new program on Sunday, which I'm super excited about. It's been something that I've been working on for the last 2 or 3 months, and it's pretty much everything that I've learned from the last 8 years into this program, and it'll allow me to support more women. So I'm really excited about that. So I'm going to post a teaser video of that tonight, which I have on my to-do list, so I'll tick that off, and I'll see you guys later. It's 5 p.m. I've almost finished work for the day. I'm just going to do a couple more things, and then I'm going to go make dinner. I think it's probably still too hot to walk the dogs. I got a lash lift and brow lamination around lunchtime, and I'm super happy with the results. I haven't had a brow lamination for ages, but just like tidying it up, and it's just a nice feeling to kind of just feel like you're put together without having to put on much makeup, especially because it's so sweaty at the moment. I just kind of want to do minimal things in skincare. Anyway, I got a couple packages and I'm gonna show you guys what I got. First things first is a 2026 diary that I got branded to me. I haven't done this before. I always, for the last 5 years, have gotten the same A4 diary from Officeworks. But this time I wanted to get one a little bit nicer, so I just got this one. I liked it because I got it branded with Coach Gemma and Uplift, and I think it's perfect size for my handbag, and I'm always just gonna have it next to my laptop in here. So that was the first thing. The second thing was some new protein powder from Naked Harvest. I can't recommend this brand just yet because I actually have never tried them. I've always gotten protein powder, most recently from Tropica or from Piranha On, dairy-free options because I don't eat dairy. But I wanted to try something different. They had a sale and I just thought I'd give it a shot. So I got a trial vanilla pancake butter flavor. So I'm gonna give this a shot. To be honest, I actually thought this was plain vanilla, so this is a bit rogue of me, pancake batter flavor, but I mean, it sounds like a good time. So I'll let you guys know what I think of this. The main things I look out for when I get protein powder is the texture, making sure that the flavors, like for this example, the sweeteners are not too overpowering, and other than that, just like how it blends. So I'll report back, can't tell you guys just yet. The second thing I got, another rogue addition for me, is a pre-workout but a natural one. Now I'm usually pretty anti pre-workout because usually the main ingredient of that is caffeine, and I just have a black coffee, which I've done for years. But the thing I liked about this one is it was natural and it included creatine, which meant that I could stack the habit of the caffeine plus the creatine into one drink. And I thought in summer it'll probably be nice having a cool drink anyway, ice water, drink it on the way to the gym. So that was my thought process there. So this one says gluten-free, dairy-free, and refined sugar-free. Again, I can't give you guys a solid recommendation until I have tried it for a while, but it does have 120 grams of caffeine, which is good, and it's got creatine in it, so I'll report back. Other than that, I actually, again, because it's so hot, my appetite's all over the place. So I just feel like I'm going to have either a crispy noodle salad bowl, or I'm gonna make some sort of charcuterie board with what I have left over from the beach yesterday. Some dips, some protein, some fruit, bits and pieces, because why not? So I'll show you what I end up doing. Good morning, happy Friday. I didn't end up vlogging last night. I got a little bit preoccupied because there are bushfires in an area that I know people were in that was quite stressful, as well as Ben's parents are also in nearby areas. So I was just watching conferences and seeing what the kind of updates were so I could make sure that they were safe. And then I also wanted to research like where is the fire going today, because it's really hot today and really windy, which is not good fire conditions. So I was just a bit stressed about that, so I didn't really think that was a good time to vlog. But I'm back today. I have upper body. It is my last training session for the week. I really like having Monday to Friday as my training days and then 2 days off over the weekend to just walk and be active. I think having those 2 intentional days off mean that I really look forward to training when I go back on Monday. So I really like that. Today's session, again, second upper body session. I start off with a little walk and then some mobility. Then I'm doing a second chin up variation, so a different grip and with a machine today, a chest exercise, and then there is a row in there as well, sorry, and then a lot of rear delts and lateral raises, and then some triceps and core to finish. So I think this session will take about 45 minutes. I really enjoy my upper body training at the moment. So after I do that, I'll grab a coffee and start work. I was a little bit ambitious trying to film in January in the gym because it was so busy, and in the background of a lot of my videos were people, so I'm not going to post those. But what I'm going to do is include a snapshot of what I did, and then if you guys like these videos, please tell me, and I promise you I'll do a spend a day with me version where I actually go to the gym when it's really quiet and I break down my entire training session. So let me know if you want to see that and I'll make it happen. Okay, recap on yesterday. Did my upper body session, then I started working. It was really hot. It's like 42 degrees, and in the office I didn't have aircon because we were waiting to get a big window installed and we had to change around the electricity. But tomorrow I get aircon, which is super exciting. So just did a work and admin day. Ben was also working from home. For those who don't know, he's a tattooist, so his work from home days are usually spent doing admin or designing. So we're both just working on our laptops. Then in the afternoon / almost when we were finished work, we decided we hadn't done enough walking for the day. So we both went for a massive walk together and then came back and just had something light for dinner. Again, the appetite's feeling a bit off because of the weather. I also have been learning or trying to learn some more curly hair things. So Benj put this up here so I can spray my hair with water and then scrunch it with products, which I did this morning. And I think that it's worked a lot better than what I was doing before. So definitely a work in progress. But if I can find a curly girl routine that I like, that's low effort, it's going to be so good not having to blow wave my hair as much. And also it's just nice. So that's what I'm aiming for. I'm not sure if I've mentioned this yet, but I'm planning on going to a market today with a friend, which I think will just be nice walking around. I really want to get some sort of nice unique mug so I can have that every day in the office. Maybe also a couple little other trinkets. That's what I'm on the lookout for, so I'll take you guys with me there. And then tomorrow I launch my program that I've been working on for the last 2 or 3 months, so I'm really excited about that. I'll hype that up, post and drop the promo video, and then wish me luck. I think I'm like this far away from making my own sourdough bread, but I really don't need any more hobbies at the moment. But I just went out and got my favorite loaf of sourdough. This one's called organic dark rye sourdough from Edwards, because all week I've been eating Benj's not sourdough bread that he's gotten. It's like a protein bread, and I can't handle the texture, and it just doesn't hit the same as this. Like, this is the best. So I grabbed that so I can quickly make brekkie now before I go to the market. Alright, I didn't end up getting what I wanted from the markets, but I still really enjoyed walking around. I actually ended up walking around with Benj on his lunch break because the market was walking distance to his studio, so that was really nice. I'm actually not sure if this is going to be the most boring vlog I've ever done or the most relatable. I have absolutely no idea. But for the rest of the afternoon, I took it very easy. I've had so many social weekends coming off the back of Christmas, coming off the back of November, December, everything last year, that I'm actually so happy not happy, sorry, I love my friends, but like just so content with having a night in. So that, alongside the fact that it's day 1 of my period and I've just like slowly been deteriorating throughout the day, just energy levels and cramps. So taking it very easy, Ben on the way home is picking us up Thai food from our favorite restaurant. She's just going to bring it home because it's kind of nice on the weekend to have takeaway from one of our favorite places. And I'm probably going to go to bed early or find something on Netflix. If anyone has any new movie recommendations for future movie nights, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to have some Panadol if I'm still in pain, and then I'm just going to ride it out until tomorrow.
He's a good boy.
This morning started off with a little bit of dog training because we got Finn from a puppy, but we got Willow as a older dog needing to be rehomed. So her recall is not that good, and neither is her kind of like focus on us when we're walking. She's so much focused on everyone else and wants to kind of like run up to people. So we're working on that, which is why Sunday mornings for the last few weeks we've gone to an oval and then worked on that with food. Then we did a big food shop. Now one of my 2026 goals is to make more of an effort with food in terms of where I get it from, also just cooking in general. So we've switched from going to Coles and Woolies to get all of our produce to going to somewhere local and getting it from the source. This is my second weekend in a row doing this. One, I absolutely love the owner of this place. He's super knowledgeable, he's super beautiful, and it's just really nice getting everything, you know, seasonal. And also, like he was saying, you know, the fruit from this tree is actually from next door, which I absolutely love. I've also noticed that the quality of the food is just way better and it lasts way longer, so all good things. Now after we did that, I finished off editing the podcast. So I already did the podcast video earlier on in the week, but I just posted the audio to Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Super excited. So this is our first podcast for 2026 that we've posted. We do a little bit of a life update, and then we get into our recommendations for supplements, what we think is worth it and what we think is a waste of your time. So definitely check out our latest podcast episode because I think that you guys will love that one. I'm going to finish off a couple things on my computer, and then I'm going to launch my new program. So I'll talk more about that after I've launched. Made it to the end of the vlog. Thank you so much for those who stuck all the way to the end. I'll give you a little bit of a recap of this week and, you know, things that I usually do at the end of the week that I know will probably help you. So first things first, I did launch my group program and I'm so excited about this. I've already had 6 people join. A bit of a rundown of what that is, and I can include the link below if you guys have questions about it. But essentially, I can't coach more women one-on-one. I've capped that service with the amount of support that comes with that, but I want to be able to help you guys in different ways. So this is essentially 4 ready to go programs, and it's a group membership where you get access to a new program updated every 4 weeks. It has a resource hub. Think like everything that I've learned over the last 8 years in one space. So I've recorded education on training, nutrition, mindset. There's a recipe database. It's honestly amazing. I'm so excited and proud of the space that I have created, and also the feedback that I've already been getting from the one-on-one girls inside has been amazing. So that has happened, and it's just going to allow me to reach one of my goals this year, which is to be able to support, help, educate, empower and as many women as possible. So the sky really is the limit with that. Now in terms of end of the week, so what I usually like to do on a Sunday to kind of get organized and to feel really good about the coming week, I've already done the food shop. I've already kind of looked at my calendar of what I have. I like to physically also write in my diary kind of what I've got coming up so I can plan ahead. The thing I also love is just reflecting like what worked really well this week, like what did I do really well and what could I work on improving. I think having this mindset allows me to continue to tweak and, you know, improve and self-reflect, and it just stops me from feeling like I'm stuck, and it allows me to keep making the progress that I really want to make. So thinking of what worked really well this week, got all of my steps done, my activity level was higher than it was the week before, and I completed my new training program, which I really love. I'm already feeling a bit better adding in some more mobility stuff, so that's definitely on the right track. Things that I know I could do better would be, I really just need to sort out the alarm situation, because it happened a couple times this week where silently going off. I've tried to problem solve it. I don't know what the issue is, so I'm going to come up with a different option after this, whether it be using my old phone, using Ben's phone, buying a digital alarm clock, or whatever it is. I have to fix that because this coming week I want to get up at 5 a.m. every day, so a little bit earlier, and I don't want that start to the morning where I roll over and realize that my alarm's been silently going off for 45 minutes, because that is the worst. So I can definitely improve on the alarm spec. And the second thing I can improve on is In terms of scrolling and social media, I'm definitely getting better at this, but I want to have my phone in another room now that the alarm situation is going to get sorted. So I don't want to look at my phone before bed, and I also just want to be more conscious of my consumption of, scrolling and so on, if it's stopping me from creating. So just creating a bit more awareness of that. So that's my goal this coming week. So screen time and fixing the alarm situation and waking up earlier. Now, again, thank you so much for watching this vlog. This is the longest piece of long form content I've created, so maybe it'll be the last. Maybe I'll look back on the edit and absolutely hate it, or maybe I'll look back and love it and you guys love it as well, and I'll do it every couple of weeks. So let me know in the comments if you want to see more of this. You guys don't understand how much comments and engagement help with getting it out there, and also giving me the boost of motivation to actually do this more, knowing that there's an appetite and audience for it. So let me know, and otherwise enjoy your week and hopefully see you soon.